My name is Aussie Marcel. Welcome back to another one of my videos. In today's one, I'm going to be talking about 2 underrated parfums. So let's get into it. The first one I want to talk about is Oud 24 Hours. Now, if you're not new to the fragrance game, I can almost guarantee you've heard of this. It's a clone of Tom Ford's Black Orchid, and it comes about 95% close to it, in my opinion. The opening is a little harsher, but it still has that same earthy, dark, gourmand, chocolatey punch that the original has. And for that reason alone, it's worth checking out. And the fact that it's significantly cheaper is only a bonus. Now, in my experience, this does vary from batch to batch. Now, depending on which batch you get, it's either going to last over 6 hours on your skin or it's going to last about 3 hours on your skin. In my experience, I've had batches that have lasted 3 hours, and like this one, which is one of the weaker batches, and I've also had batches that have lasted for over 6 hours on my skin, and batches that are much more comparable to Tom Ford's Black Orchid. The earthiness combined with that slightly warm, spicy nature of it, and also that dark chocolate note, makes this a no-brainer as far as fragrances are concerned, especially if you like darker fragrances. If you're a fan of bright aquatics or something like that, then maybe this one's not going to be for you. I should also point out that despite the name Oud in the title of the fragrance, you're probably not going to find any of it once you smell it on your skin or on a tester strip. Maybe that's just me, and maybe I just don't get it when I'm wearing it, and maybe you do, but you should take that into consideration if you're a big fan of Ouds. Either way, for under $50, it's worth checking out. Unlike my next one, which does have a detectable oud note, Mercedes-Benz Eau De Parfum. The packaging for this is phenomenal, and I should also note that this leather is the same leather that Mercedes-Benz uses in the interior of their cars, so it's got a very luxe, luxurious feel to it. Look at that. How's that for presentation? The bottle itself is very nice. I love the colorway and the overall aesthetic. You do get oud straight away with this, but it's not a particularly stinky oud. It's a more nuanced, refined oud note. And I also get a lot of floral in this as well, particularly rose, which is a common pairing with oud because it does temper it a little bit. This is a fantastic fragrance if you're new to ouds. It's also a great fragrance for the colder weather in general. Actually, both of these fragrances I've featured today are worth checking out if you're a fan of those darker, colder weather fragrances. This is slightly less dark than Oud 24 Hours, but it's still appropriate in pretty much all the same scenarios. Any oud sort of fragrance is probably not appropriate for the office, but apart from that, if you're a fan of woody, rich, slightly sweeter fragrances, then both of these are worth checking out. So that about covers everything for today. If you've ever worn any of these fragrances, let me know in the comments below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. My name is Aussie Marcel. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next time.